Okay, folks, we are here at the Goodwill in Medford, Oregon. Packed parking lot, and I'm pretty sure I just saw one of the local pickers leaving. So might be slim pickings in there, unless they bring out some fresh carts while we're in there. Well, however it goes, let's see if we can go in there and find something to flip online for a profit. All right, folks, sorry I haven't been filming, but it was as I feared. This place is jam-packed full of people. And there's literally like 10 or 12 people hanging out where they bring the fresh carts out, which is the only place I've picked anything up. And just because I was lucky enough to be standing there when they brought out 3 back to back to back. But let me show you what I got. I got a bucket list item for sure. That is an I Dream of Jeannie Jim Beam decanter. They call it that because that is the exact bottle they used to make the prop from the TV show I Dream of Jeannie. Look it up. They're pretty popular. It's not worth a fortune, but I've always wanted to find one. I'm not even sure if I must sell it. I might just keep that one. Oh boy, let me show you the rest of this stuff. This is a piece of signed art glass. It's a picture. It's signed Orbix 2024. Now if you look up Orbix glass on eBay, you'll find quite a few of them listed for really high dollar. However, there's only a handful of them sold, and they're sold in pictures in the $25 to $30 range. So there's a little bit of profit on this, so I'll go ahead and pick it up. Next on my keeper list is this little guy. It's made in Japan or China, and it's not bad. It's a paperweight or just a figurine, solid glass. And it might be priced a little too high, but I'll be having a paperweight live auction sale on knickknacks.net one of these days, and I'll put this guy in there, see if I can advance it a little bit. I also found this terracotta studio art pottery piece. It's signed Chris, and it's got woven pine needle top sewed to it. I'm not sure I want to keep this or not. I might put it back. Somebody tell me in the comments if this is a thing. It's a well-made piece and I like it. I just don't know if I can buy it for resale. And last but not least, that is not what it appears to be. It's a swung vase, but it's a pretty low quality, probably made in China piece, and it's got chipping all around the bottom of the ground bottom. It's ground but not polished, and they've got it. If it was just priced at $3.79 or $2.49, I'd probably buy it, but with the chips, I think I'll just go ahead and leave this one here for somebody else. Just not a lot of room for resale on it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for day 2. Yesterday I didn't find a whole lot, but I found some really good stuff. So let's get back in there. We're coming in a little earlier in the day today. Let's get back in there and see what we can find. Making finds already. This is going to be great for my dogs, and my wife is absolutely going to hate it. Oh boy, that's going to be funny. But I also found this guy. There's no markings, but it looks really nice, and it's marked up a little bit. We'll have to look it up and see if it's worth picking up. One of my favorite aisles. It's just a general knick-knack aisle, and we're gonna find a lot of my stuff. Ooh, what do we got here? That is a glass rabbit paperweight with an original sticker. Now the weight itself is not that great, but I'm a sucker for anything with an original sticker. If nothing else, it helps me identify other things in the future. So I think we're going to, let's see what they got this priced at. $3.79. You know, that's what I call paying for an education. I'll probably get somewhere in the $8 range for that if I sell it, but the value of the knowledge of that sticker is what I'm after here. Just Picked up the rabbit right there. Didn't even notice there was another ginger jar here. And these can be good. That one's got a made in Japan sticker. Nicely decorated. Unfortunately, big old chip. So we'll leave that one here for somebody else. Let's see what else we can find on this general knickknacks aisle. These little potters, I've bought and sold a lot of these little planters, not potters, planters. And they're okay, but for $3.79 and they need a good cleaning, I think I'll leave those here. This little lusterware planter here has got a lot of wear on it. It's not very expensive. It's made in Japan, so it is vintage, but I don't know. I think I'll leave that one here. Elephant is cool, but he is resin. I love old Avon bottles, but that smell, oof. If you know, you know. That smell is nothing nice. Old insulator, Hemingway, whatever it's called. They're pretty common. Willow tree, that their day has come and gone. That's something neat. Worth looking up. Doll head. Got it priced at $4.49. We'll put it in a basket and look it up in a bit. I like to, when I find stuff, I like to just put it in a cart and then I look it up later. Now that's neat. Ooh, I like it. And it is marked, it is Austria. Vienna, Austria. I don't see any damage. That's nice. $5.79. That's going in the basket for sure. And that's a keeper for sure. Oh, there was something I was hoping was still here, and it is. There was a third one, but apparently somebody picked it up. Anyway, this is Japanese, and it's what they call, correct me if I'm wrong here, but moriage or moriage. I don't know the proper pronunciation, but what it is where all the line details is 3D, it's raised. However, the true moriage or moriage, however you say it, is fired. Whether it's enamel or just more ceramic that's been put on or porcelain that's been put on in the design. This is cold painted and it comes off pretty easy. Same with this piece. It's got the 3D design details, but it's painted on. You can see right there where it's already come off in a couple of places. So not the good stuff. There's some more of it that's come off. So it looks like the good stuff, but it's really not. Some vintage disc-fired dolls. I will leave those here for somebody else that knows more about dolls and figurines. All right, let's take a look around the rest of the store and see what we can find. One of my favorite aisles is the just general glassware. Not sure how they decide what goes on this aisle. I think it's mostly things that have something to do with food or drink. There's a really nice decanter up there. It's etched and gold leafed, missing its stopper. And with decanters, it's been hit or miss with me. A lot more miss than hit, even for really nice ones. This is also where they put the Pyrex lids, and there is a square one. Got the numbers there where we can look it up in a bit. Let's see what else we can find. Those are not La Creuset. They've been here for a little while. These little, I call them the Hershey's Kiss trinket boxes. They're a dime a dozen. I don't mess with those. There's a pretty piece of crystal hiding out down there. Vase on one side. Yeah, candle holder on the other side. If I see a piece that's got good clarity, good sparkle, I'll pick it up and see if I can find a marking. No markings, so without the markings, I think I'll just leave this one here. If there was a pair of them, I might look that up. That is a pretty bowl. Nice floral tulip design on it. No markings. That's very well made. Beautiful design. I think we'll put it in a basket and look at it. Real nice. Red glass cordials. It's a whole set of them, 2 different sizes. I think we will look those up. I'm not gonna put them all in there, just put a couple of them. And look them up here in just a minute. If there's anything, I'll come back and get them. If not, I'll come put these 2 back. It's a hand-blown bowl with some of the swirling I see in it. It's in the Ponto Mark style. I want to say that's made in Mexico. No signature, so we'll leave it here. This is a pair of salt and pepper shakers of an Inuit fighting a polar bear with a spear. They are signed. I looked this up yesterday. It's really not worth picking up. Beautiful, beautiful pot here. Teapot, coffee pot, hot chocolate pot. Yeah, it's got a rim on the inside, so it's missing its lid. That's too bad. All right, I'm gonna look some of this stuff up and see if anything's worth saving. Here's another ginger jar. Sorry for the poor camera work. I'm trying to show you guys this stuff a little better. Oh, this one's a little muted, and for $8, I just don't think there's a whole lot of room left for me to make profit on it. However, we have a vintage bathing beauty. Oh no, the 2 back legs are broke off of it. $3.79 for a vintage bathing beauty. Oh, it's an angel and one of her wings is broken off. Dang, I was just about to forgive those broken feet on the bottom, but not that broken wing mixed with broken feet. Oh well, they can't all be winners. We'll leave that one here for somebody else. Cast iron trains drew me in, but this little pig stole the show real quick. My new mink. That's awesome. Her eyelashes are really messed up. I think we'll leave her here though. But that's pretty cool. Let's get a look at this cast iron train. You know, pieces don't really, well, that one doesn't. Let's see. Kind of goes, hooks together like that. Yeah, that don't work. There's the caboose. I have a feeling this is not old. No, it's got a tack weld there. Very crudely made. Not that any of these were overly high quality even back in the old days, but that one is extremely low quality. One more item we're gonna leave here. Okay, so we put most of it back. I did pick up the red glasses, 2 different sizes. You got the little cordials and the tumblers. There were 5 of the cordials, but I only picked up 4. For some reason, if you list them with an odd number, they don't sell. There were 6 of the tumblers. I kept the doll head. There was some really big comps out there for similar ones for only a few bucks. Is worth taking a chance on. And I kept the rubber chicken, the really nice hand painted vase turned out to have just a few too many chips around the top edge, so I left it. And the rabbit paperweight, I took a picture of the sticker. It's made in Taiwan, so I'd rather just take a picture for free than pay $3 for something I don't really want and can't sell. So there we go, that's what we got today. Well folks, like the title suggested, there was something major that I missed in one of my thrifting trips. I ran across something and was about to start filming, picking it up and checking it out when a friend and fellow picker local to me approached me and started talking to me. Well, while we were talking, somebody actually reached behind me and snagged it. I thought it was gone forever. And so I went ahead and left. And that picker friend of mine noticed that the person had set it back down, and there it is. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I tell you, anytime you see fish on pottery, porcelain, glass, whatever it is, if it's fish related, look it up. This is hand painted, it's old. It's signed right there. So let me show you what this is. This is Limoges. It says LRL Limoges, France. It's also got these holes in it so it could be used as a wall hanger. But this, I looked up the comps on this, and it potentially can sell for a couple of $100s. I think the cheapest one I saw actually sold was $75, but that was on a bid. There's a couple of them that sold for like $175, $185. There's one that sold for $200, and what few are listed in the $200 range. So there we go. Now, she bought it, and I paid her a couple of bucks above that because I didn't have it in hand to research it. And she'll be getting a bonus from me. I'll buy her lunch or something next time I see her after this sells. But the moral of the story here is foster good relationships with the people that you see when you're out thrifting and sourcing, whether it's the people who work at the thrift stores or the flea markets or fellow pickers. You never know when something great is going to come along. And do the same for other pickers. If you have something that's not in your wheelhouse and since you know it's in one of their wheelhouses, throw them a bone. It all comes back around. So we're going to end this week's video right here. Next week, we're going to have another free money thrifting challenge. I'll be going Monday to drop off bottles and cans, and whatever money we come up with when we do that, that's going to be our budget for the challenge. So I'll see you again sometime next week.